Do, 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 do. Hey, can you see me? I'm on a mission, about to commit one of the greatest heists ever known to man. I'm gonna steal me, the golden dolphin. What's going on, guys? It's your boy Midnight coming to you live from the Midnight Cinema today. Here I am. Got another review for you. Silence that. So today, this morning, I woke up before this audition I had that didn't even turn into an audition because nobody told me anything when I reached out. I'm like, hey, I'm here, ready to go. No one answers me. I'm like, okay. Take a nap in the parking lot. Another 30 minutes goes by. Still hearing nothing. I'm like, all right, I'm out. So, but before I took off for that audition, I watched The Bad Guys. And this movie is a DreamWorks film that came out in 2021. And at first, I had no interest in it. I am so sorry, no desire to see it. I was just like, this looks silly. Like, nah. And I love DreamWorks. I do. I just wasn't feeling it. Like, I was like, okay, whatever, fine. But then I watched it. And I'm like, okay, this is good. This is really good. So the Bad Guys is about these five animals: Mr. Wolf, Mr. Snake, Mr. Shark, Mr. Piranha, and Webbs or Miss Tarantula. And they are a criminal team that they rob banks, bank robbers, heist pullers, thieves. It's what they do best. And they all have their own like positions and sets of skills. Like Wolf is the best driver. He's also the charmer and the planner. Snake is usually the one that knows how to like break into like certain spaces or pick locks and can go through the vents and just be used as a tool for like falling down from, or it's like a grappling hook. It's incredible. Mr. Shark is a master of disguise. Mr. Piranha, he is the crazy one. He wants war with everybody. He just wages violence against any and everyone. He does not care. He is the muscle. And then Webbs is the hacker, and she is phenomenal what she does. She has one of the best scenes is when she's like, I'm gonna turn this thing into overdrive. Let's go into beast mode, and she whips out like she already has a laptop out, but then it's like all these extra keyboards, and she's using all 8 legs, just going crazy. And I'm like, oh yeah, I like this. And yeah, no, starring the likes of Aquafina, Mark Marone, Craig Robinson, Sam Rockwell, who plays Mr. Wolf, and plays it so perfectly, the most Sam Rockwell way you would know. Because Sam Rockwell has one of those voices where it's like he could charm the hair off a horse with no problem. It's crazy. And I love how they made references, because this is pretty much like animated Ocean's 11. And there's a reference to George Clooney where they say, don't Clooney me. Like, don't Clooney me. Don't do that. I thought it was great. There was a great joke that they added in there, and even some other really hilarious jokes in there. I love the animation. I could see where even Puss in Boots pulled from with some of the action shots that they had, where it got really intense. You could see some of the lines like pulling you in into the action. So I thought that was a really excellent detail. I didn't know this was based on a book either. Apparently, this is a book series. I had no idea whatsoever. But it's really good. You should definitely check it out. So these 5 criminals, they come together. They have this history of consistently stealing, and they want to cement their legacy as the greatest criminals that there are. And so eventually one day they do get caught, but there's this Professor Guinea Pig not Professor. I'm sorry, Professor Marmalade is a guinea pig, who is like this image of what it means to be so good, to be just like pure of heart and everything, right? So he's like, well, he tells the governor, Governor Foxington, who I love. She's a great character. Um, tells her that they can make a program to pretty much rehabilitate them to be good. And but the thing is though, it wasn't his idea, it was Wolf's idea. Wolf just kind of planted the idea to get them out of the situation they were in so that they could escape and get their greatest piece. They wanted to accomplish their greatest heist by getting the golden dolphin the night of this gala that was going on, because Governor Foxington had called them out on the news saying, yeah, they are pathetic, small time, not really, they just do the same things over and over and over again. Do they really think that this is going to submit them? Like, just calling them out so hard. So, like, we're going to get this golden dolphin, but they get caught. So Wolf has to find a way to weasel his way out of it, or fox his way out of it. Bars, yes, sir. So yeah, and it's interesting watching some of these characters grow through that, especially Wolf specifically, through that whole goodness period where he gets to a point where he's wondering in his mind, is this what I want? Like, do I want to keep living this life on the run, or do I want to live a life where it's like people just love me? I don't want to have people be afraid of me all the time. And I really like the message that was behind this. And then there was another thing with Snake where him and Wolf get into it, and it's like, man, Snake hates birthdays. And I thought the reason behind why he hates birthdays so much was so incredible. And he hates birthdays because no matter like who it is, no matter like how many birthdays he has, he will always still be viewed as a monster. And I love that they used a snake to tell that, like, because a lot of people associate snakes with, like, there's just so much fear behind them. A lot of people are afraid of snakes, but snakes, like, he develops this feeling towards the world where it's like, well, you already hate me, so I'm gonna give that right back. And that's how all of them are at the start. Like, we're these individuals that you all are afraid of, and so we're just going to live up to the name that you guys pretty much put upon us. You put that label on us, so we might as well walk up in it, right? But then Wolf starts to have that change of heart. And I really like that for him, where he's just thinking, like, I don't think that this is the life that we should want anymore. And when they get a chance to actually bask in some of that goodness and that light of love that people actually were giving unto them, it was like eye-opening. But then it also caused some dissension in the ranks at points in time. I thought the themes to me were like a callback to Shrek. When he says, the world seems to have a problem with me. People take one look at me and go, help, run, a big, stupid, ugly ogre. People judge me before they even get to know me. That's why I'm alone. That's why I love, and that right there is Shrek through and through, and that's what I love about the message in this one, because it reminded me of that, and I thought it was really well done, taking these animals and making like this big caper heist, which I thought was incredible. Just Wolf's driving skills are impeccable. Okay, these animals here, if this was real life, if they were in real life situations here and able to do what they were doing, my goodness, we'd be in trouble, because they were taking down the police force with no problem. There's this really crazy police chief who's hilarious. She reminds me of Tabes from We Bare Bears, but just more unhinged. And she's so well done. She's so intense all the time, like always on edge, like ready to explode. And so I really loved her character. There's so many characters in this that I really like. I kind of felt I got the twist early on. I felt like that I knew, but it was still very well done. And I enjoyed it for what I enjoyed every last part of this movie. I've top down, even the music. There's this musical number that takes place at a gala, at the next gala after the previous one, that was just okay. Like, yeah, you see, DreamWorks has some soundtracks. Like, we all know, like, Disney, we're so used to Disney having the musicals and all that, but and they're great. When I say DreamWorks has some soundtracks, like, yeah, score soundtracks, they have it, man. Like, I can see why it's. I really want to do a video at some point where it's like Disney versus DreamWorks, and I really feel like DreamWorks really gives Disney a run for its money. I mean, it can have Disney on the ropes. There's so many classics in there, and I think that DreamWorks has been on such a roll lately, um, that they could literally just supersede Disney at any point in time. I mean, they have so many great ones, so many deep thematic films. Um, Disney has a lot of great ones too, for sure. DreamWorks is just rolling right now. I think lately Disney hasn't been what we know Disney to be, what they used to be. And so if they got back on track, then maybe it's possible that they could return to that glory that we knew from before. But right now, I don't know. I'm like, DreamWorks is ruling the world best as is, and I'm okay with it. I love DreamWorks. They have a new movie coming up this summer called Ruby Gillman Teenage Kraken, which reminds me of my life as a teenage robot, but just with a kraken and mermaids and all these other mythical creatures. And I did a reaction to that over on Multiversal Geeking channel. So go without further ado. Not without further ado. I'm so sorry. Go check that out when you get a chance. But guys, this has been great. If you haven't seen The Bad Guys, it's on Netflix or might be on Peacock too, because I know DreamWorks has got a lot of big properties over there. So let me know what you guys think about this review. Go see watch this movie whenever you get a chance. I really enjoyed it. I highly recommend it. And I hope that you have a great rest of your evening. So guys, I'll see you on the next one. Oh, and tomorrow, be on the lookout. We're going to do a Creed 3 review with a good friend of mine. He's going to be joining me for that review, and it's going to be excellent. So yeah, take care, everybody. Y'all gonna check me out at these here socials. I'll see you all in the next one. And by the way, make sure that you stay tuned for all types of content that I got going on at this here channel. Remember, one pack, one nation, one smooth hell.